Hello, and welcome back. Phantom Dev VR. Today, we're just going to be doing some chill Blender stuff. Yeah, want to jump in and try to get my ship messed with a little bit. I got to get some windows in there. Trying to figure out the logistics behind these windows. So yeah, try to get into that today and see how we're doing. Just kind of monitoring system. We're running off of just one computer tonight instead of two. That's gonna work. See how we run. Any hitches or problems. Okay, I think we got everything going, but let's pull you down so I can see better. All right. On that screen share. These are just down and these are just over. Do you think it's gonna have like a cut that way, but I don't like. So maybe instead we just increase this by another 0.05 to match the double that has to go, right? Trying to at least like match its positioning so we have consistent dimensions. Yeah. Just forgot about the leg. There we go. Okay. That's actually looking pretty solid. So let's do the same for this one. We're gonna go in 0.1. This one's gonna go down negative 0.05 over 0.05. So it should be 2.05. Oh, it was already. Okay, it just needed. Oop. It just needed to go over 0.05. That looks a little too much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to the other side. Oh wait, no, I did. Okay, so now we got that one off the outside, and let's see here. Oh yeah, I already did it on that side. Okay. So then this one has to go in negative 0.1. Spacing that I'm thinking of. Okay. Same thing. This thing comes in negative 0.1. These are still set, so you're going to go down negative 0.05 over 0.05. Same down negative 0.05 and over negative 0.05. This gives me some consistency there. Cool. Like it. Now, again, this one has to come in. So we're going to have it come in 0.1 and negative 0.1. And it has that same consistent curve all the way down. Okay. Bottom down here, some kind of adjustment. Is this one that's going to need, it's a corner. So I do think it needs a in 0.05 and an up 0.05. I think it's one of those ones. Yeah, that looks right to me. You're one or the other, from what I can tell. It's not everything needs to move in two directions. Just have to keep consistent gaps, otherwise we get weird looking spots. And matching the windows up is still going to be a little fun. That's okay. Like here, these are all going to be double movement, right? Let's get these guys matched real quick. Let's get you matched and you matched. All the rest are matched, right? Okay, yeah, so we can move them in as we go. So all of these to come back 0.05. This half needs to come in 0.05. That half needs to in negative 0.05. We turn them all back on. Yeah, we have very consistent. Oh, these guys didn't come up. They have an extra dimension. Fun. 0.05. Yeah, I don't know, because that feels correct. These don't quite feel correct. Right? Like, got a decent little gap here. And then you hit here and it looks very thin when you're hitting these guys. They need to go back an extra little bit, right? An extra 0.05 to make up. I think both of these do. 5. Because then you get a bit more of a consistent shell all the way around. Well, maybe instead of that, these ones need to just come down. Right? These are also hitting a bunch of different points like this one. Maybe they also just need 3 dimensions. These ones don't. These ones, I think, pretty much just need the in. Honestly, I don't even know if these needed to go back. Negative 0.05. How does that look with everything else? Negative 0.05. I mean, up and in actually does feel more right for those ones. These ones are just... they're back and in. I think you have to think of these in 2 dimensions. So these came back and in as well. I don't even know if they need that. They might even just only need back and down. These ones are in, right? It has to match them to be able to match. So you have to get all the way down. So that looks way thinner for whatever reason. Everything else. Can't figure out why. And maybe these ones just need to go down. Negative 0.05. Not quite it either. I can't figure out these front ones. Front ones are annoying. I'm just gonna match these ones back. These ones I'm pretty sure. You know, I'm gonna match them back as well. Let's just start over on the process and think about it. One more time. So these bad boys have to go up. Oops. It's like they have to. That's definitely one of the movements. 0.05. Boom. Figured out. Now this one's not going to look right unless they come in. I think that's theirs. Negative 0.05. And 0.05. Perfect. These ones as well, right? They have to come in for these ones. 0.05 on the sides, right? These both need this to come in for that shape to work. Negative 0.05. And then they both have to go back because otherwise they'd be touching the front. Have to go back. 0.05. Okay. Pretty sure those are great. It's just really close. Okay. And then these ones, it's like... So, I mean, the movement you absolutely have to do is they have to come in. So 0.05 for that. And negative 0.05 for that. That is an absolutely must. What we need to know from here is if down or back is the correct movement. Like, in gave me that. And that one. Yeah, I think I see where the issue is here. Right there. Well, no, because that line is fine. And as long as it has to be back. Has to be. Now that I think about it, because it can't be touching this line. So 0.05 back has to be the answer. Anyways. So now we got to think of the workflow for this part. Go, hey, I need you. Have an inset of 0.02. Oh, it's so little. 0.05, I guess. We need same one. Inset 5. Oops. Uh-oh. I have no clue what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. 0.05. Gonna delete faces. And then I have to like connect these. Let's do that. Then I have to like do this essentially. It's the only way I can see that we're gonna end up in the right place. Let's take a quick look. Gosh. It's hard to tell what's going on. Okay. Oh, I see it now. Okay. So yeah. Could have assigned it glass before I did anything. I guess I can get a good look at it from here. Yeah, see, it's obviously thinner down here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna correct it somehow. Gotta figure out, okay, so it probably does need to go back a little more, right? It's the only thing I can think of. .05. Let's just try it and see if that looks more realistic all the way across. You know, I guess we could opt to go a different direction, right? These are already pulled in. We could go down negative 0.05. Have a slightly more consistent line along that way. But then that doesn't line up. That's why that doesn't work. Okay. Let's just try it. It's gonna hurt. Time. And my sanity. I guess that's what, but you know, to hell with those things. Who needs time or sanity? Either of those things. Faces. Turn him back on. We're gonna emit. You know what? We're not gonna emit right away. Upward. Maybe we should just emit towards one of these. Sign it as glass. Okay. So when we turn off outside. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Okay. So now we gotta go. And what happened to the view? The view got all weird on me. I'm gonna inset 0.05. Set 5. Delete faces. 2. Sign it as glass. Okay. Sweet. Turn off the outside, and we got an interesting thing going on this one now too. See? That one doesn't look like it's even either. The bottom there. It should also be moved in just a little bit. Just to make it even. Okay. It's to go back another 0.05 like the other one. These ones. Up. And in. Not back. And I'm thinking maybe they need to go back because of, again, all of these seem to have a weird geometry where they actually need a weird geometry, but they're in a weird spot where they actually need 3 different directions. Okay. Let's try this again. .05. Okay. Look at that. That lined up a little better. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. That's looking way more even. Okay. So now we do it again. Audio monitor. Stand. There we go. Deafening myself with the silence. But that looks even, yeah. Otherwise the bottom wouldn't have looked even. Okay. That's all I care about. Is that it looks even. I forgot to assign it glass status. Again, like, what the heck happened? Got all weak. Don't know how to explain what. I don't know enough about the software to know what I did. Just gotta make corrections as I go. Okay. It's looking pretty even. Yeah. Yeah, let's go for the bottom. Okay, finally got the hang of this. Oh yeah, workflows. And I messed it up. Okay. Still looking even. Yeah, look at that. Evens. Okay. Getting there. 5. Turn you off, turn you on. There we go. 0.05. We're gonna delete it for faces. Turn you back on. And assign one of the edges. Okay. Inside ones don't quite match up, and it's a little weird. Whatever. It's not going to be perfect. I'm trying my best here. Two more. Now I'm in a groove. You know what I forgot to do this whole time though? Make some of them glass. I got 2 in the flow. And forgot a crucial piece of what I was supposed to be doing. Okay. Okay. Coming in on the end here. Not gonna be perfect, but I have to just go with it. Might put some windows back in it. That one specifically, but we'll see. Some it's at the outside. Interesting. It's like the depth got like field of view or something. Something got narrowed or scoped or something, and now it's just weird. But anyways, I'm gonna save that to open up zip project. My computer can handle it right now. Pardon me. Oh, I'm so yawny. So close. Everything looks even. All that really matters is everything looks even. It's just like, yeah, the geometry on that's weird. I gotta figure that one out at some point. Save that, and let's go and actually put it in. It's supposed to go under ship. Why is door right still in there? Interior. Okay. Interesting. This ended up in. All right. Okay. I kind of like. Still gotta get those on the side here. I forgot. See, like when I look at it head on like that, it looks weird. Don't know what happened. I'm actually gonna close it and then reopen it. Well, let's just give it a shot. $105. These ones should be easy like the back ones. Delete faces. Bring the other one back in. Hey. Like it. Good. Okay. So I can get rid of this FBX model. Just use the blend. Okay, so there is a mesh. If outside has a mesh. Okay. Cool. So really the next thing on my list tonight was trying to fix up the warp. Now that I've got my ship back in there and the model figured out. Some of these I still need to get the doubles out. I'm not gonna worry about that right this second. I'll make the whole stream a blend stream. Even though I do enjoy it. Oh, you know what we need to do though? Unwrap, because holy, that's a mess. Okay. Back into ship again. Nice. That actually kind of. Oh. These ones can actually get moved. Got this, like. Honestly, I don't even know if I need this at this point. Just kind of. A 3.5. Negative 3.5. Actually, no, the cockpit doesn't need any extra light. I'm gonna let that bake, and I'm gonna take a quick little break and be right back. All right, I'm back. Gotta center myself here. Move my camera and stuff around. Yeah, everything's still looking good. Cool. All right. Well, next up is I need to get Mr. Warpgate here. Working a little more like what I wanted. Oh yeah, I need to... Oh my god, big yawn. I forgot I needed to do some work on the game scene manager. Oh, sad day. Sad, sad day. Okay. So right now, load scene and unload scene using warp ship here. Yeah, so I call the game scene manager and I say, hey, change the scene. And it unloads the other scene, the loaded scene. Right now, loaded scene is not getting set up right. If loaded scene is null, I'm gonna do... Oh, yeah. Just need to, like... Yeah, I see where my rehaul needs to come in. So... right now I'm using scene groups, which I've learned is not really something I need to do. And I can do it better. So, we need to pull this out now. Let's just do it. Let's take care of it. So, current scene is supposed to be a scene group. No, you're not. All right, we're going to be replacing it with loaded scene. So, loaded scene is null. Then a loaded scene is going to be scene field, start menu group. Start menu, scene. Oops. There we go. I do truly, like, I don't know why I messed with that. Thought I was being fancy. You know, sometimes as a programmer, you're like, hey, I want this to look fancier. And then you make it worse. You make it worse. Oh, wait. No, we do want that one to be that, because then we can say... well... no, if loaded season's null... then how about this? We start coroutine for loading a scene. at the end, it sets the new loaded scene as the new scene, right? So we do load scene. Loaded scene is null. Then we take start menu scene. Do that. Yeah, and it's like, don't like that necessarily, but I'm gonna have to recreate it now. Definitely don't need load scene group anymore. But start transport here. And that's just gonna start a cascade, because watch. Find where I've used that. In main menu, yeah. I've called start transport. Okay. You know what? Let's not go too nuclear on this. Okay? I'm gonna take out load scene group. We're not gonna take out the teleport routine. We just need to fix it. We just need to call. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily work, huh? Gotta think about this a little bit, because I could make load and unload into a reusable function, right? I could make those into something I can call again and again. But do I need to? And I'm feeling like, yeah. I need to, when I change scene, unload and load a scene. Down here, teleport. Which I could call something else at this point, right? Is this done anywhere else or just in here? Okay, so no. But yeah, just start. Oh yeah, you can't, so. Yeah, when I click start new game, it calls this. God, there's so many pieces I need to look at here. Okay. The whole point of this is to like help me fade things out and stuff. That's fine. And yeah, we need to unload scene here. Essentially just need this. All right, and what's the scene to remove? That's, in this case, loaded scene. You have an unload and a load right there. We're going to make it fancy for now. Scene unloading. Again, both of these right here. My new scene. Got our new scene. This is getting called from up here. Have to give me a scene field. That's that side there. But now it's like, okay, you unload and you load. Again, I feel like these should just, yeah, these should just be their own things. So yeah. See my problem here. Like this has to go somewhere. Here. Doesn't technically work there, so I just have to like put it there for a second. And just say it's gonna return a async operation. And then these can be called here with async operation. Let's see. Unloading equals unload scene. Which is loaded scene and load scene, which is gonna just need the new scene. Then I need a change. I'm gonna call this. Let's grab this. I don't mess it up. We're gonna call this warp ship. It's my new scene. Right. I think you would do this and this. It's like, yeah, it also has to take it's right after this. Loaded scene now becomes this. Okay. Gonna do that. It needs new scene. Oh, I guess it needs new scene. Yeah. Then right here, we're gonna go same thing as this. Go loading. Wow. There we go. There you go. So now warp ship unloads the scene and loads in the new scene. Yeah, I don't think this should be called teleport, right? This should be. It's because when you're coming on to the ship, right? I guess it is teleport because you're coming on to the ship with teleport. So it's just a very specific routine. Initiate. And start transport. Sure. So yeah, I fade out the player, I wait. The camera fade duration. You attempt to converge the camera. I guess if you're loading main menu. Yeah, sure. We'll go with it. Leaving the ship is saving, right? Save and exit. Those are both done. This and this are false. Keep going. So they're both true. Kick out. Scene is loaded. This was something I used to do. Not 100% on how I'm gonna work on that now. There you go. And then fade in and split camera. We still need to figure out how to set my location upon re-entering. That should still work. The only thing I need to do now is what is it in the scene main menu? Scenes to load. Is that? Let's see here. Oh, seat spawn. Okay. Scene. Don't you like? interesting. So these are now not enumerator. They're just like helper functions. I have to think about this a little differently. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that part out a little bit later, but load scene, no. You know, warp ship here. We could just call this load scenes, right? Load new scene. You unload the old scene. So here, if loaded scene is not equal to null, then you do all that. Load scene is null, then we just do new scene, load it up. So I can say load new scene with start menu scene and we're fine. Okay. The only thing I'm realizing now is the ship has no way of loading in now. I think it needs to be specifically a like load game call. Load game state, right, is there, but are we calling that anywhere? No. I think a button calls it, right? Yeah, let's take a quick look at it. Main menu here, yeah. Oh yeah, I had to change this anyways. Okay. Hit new scene group. Start new game, load new scene. Create new player. Oh God. It's so deeply tied in. Oh, I'm so confused on why I have it set up this way. Okay, so game save manager, create new player data. Create new ship data. Player fade out. Okay. Load player data. We're just gonna go new vector 3 0 0 0. Whatever, man. And we can go scene field. Like this shouldn't need that. Should be able to just call game manager and say start new game. The game scene manager should just have load void start new game. This initiate two things. Ship scene. Because I need a ship scene. We're going to let's see here. It's already faded me out. Why is it doing that? And that almost feels like teleport routine here, right? Isn't that? Or transport is what it was doing before. Yeah. I already have that set out where we fade out and stuff. Why are we doing that twice? Definitely don't need that. Whatever. Start new game. Going to start transport. Or no. Start go routine. Word. Give it it's just a scene change with player fade in. So, scene change, player fade. I think that's a better description of what's happening. It's like it's the same thing as any other scene change, and just doing it with a player fade. But I want to spawn the ship as well at the same time. The only time I'm going to be using that transport or the player fade is with the ship going in or out. All right, actually, start new game. I'm going to pass it. Field. What are we going to call this? It's going to be new game. So we're going to give it new game scene. And we're going to pass it true. This one's going to be... Is that anywhere? And you need now one called bool, and it's going to be called load ship. Okay. That should load the ship, right? I'm just going to turn that off for the moment until we can reevaluate that. Okay. Initially, there gotta be some problems. Really need to make loaded scenes an array. And then if I give it more than one, it does them async. Right? It waits for them to all load. And I can hand it a list of ones I want to unload. Or if you keep calling load, it just keeps adding to the list, right? Like I'll unload, it looks for it and pulls it out. It might be a good way to go. It's all in the scene group stuff, right? Like for each scene in the field, we add it to this scene load operations list, right? And when we're unloading, we look for the name. Yeah. Yeah, let's rethink this a little more. I might jump off here soon. So I'm just feeling a little tired. Get this done though. Okay, so load new scene. Both unloads and loads a scene. Adams. I already have a list of them, right? Yeah, so I can say if load ship, so you're saying yes. Find out if I would have to do this. Get scene at. Check for a name. You get seen by a name. Reference to the scene if valid, if not. Oh, it returns a reference to the scene. Scene manager gets seen by name. So in this case, I could say if that and scene manager dot get seen by name ship, right? Is that what I called it? Dot wait, If not, invalid scene. Dot is loaded with a false. Say load ship and loaded as false. Load ship equal to false and ref dot it is true, else if we're going to async operation prove it, right? Unload the scene with ship scene. Wait till it's done. So yeah, when we're loading the main menu, want it off, that should be off. There might be some other things that go along with that. I don't know. Yeah, now I can load new scene. This. Or if we can it. Or else the ship scene. If that's it, then I can just take that out and just search for it by name. Same here. If this is an option, right here, I can just say asteroid feed. Scenes. The scene field. Fun. I was able to get away from her. Oh no, I can't. So much of that. Whatever. Just do that for now. That should at least get me like going. Then what? Ship condition man. That's it. I should actually get the right things. So now, yeah, we can go start menu scene. Ship scene. New game scene. Yeah, so, and then current and loaded stay where they're at. Gotcha. Yep. Oh, kind of curious if that even loads anymore. Yeah, it should do what I expect. Curious, is it loaded in the main menu? I expect. Nope. Okay, so let's see here. Scene. Okay. Definitely faded me in. I think that happens automatically. Loaded scene is none. No. Just want to try something. Just remove that. Weird. I'm gonna have to attach. There's really no check this otherwise. Waiting. Let's see what it does. Strange. Breakpoints or what's going on here? Just kind of keeps the name. It's hilarious. Here. Here. Okay. Try that again. Is there a console error happening? Scene to unload is invalid. Let's hit that one more time. Let's just double check what we're hitting. Yeah. Okay. I get it now. So that's what I'm looking for. Score. Scene asset. M underscore set. I think I can access that. Private. I think public is seen. Hmm. Yes. Okay. So. Let's see here. Just gonna do that and see what happens. Oh. Dang it. Okay, let's try it. See what happens. Chip it. Hey, main menu loaded. I didn't load in the main menu. Player rig is just falling. Or just do it at 0. I wonder if that'll be. Hey, there we go. Oh, God, just doing all that scene manager stuff exhausted me. I don't need to get that. Let's get rid of that. So right here, I need a way to like set the player. Okay. If we're loading the ship, we need a specific spot. If we're not loading the ship and we're loading the main menu, for now, I am gonna just put it there. Maybe I'll find a way to do that. I just want to test this real quick. And I think that's where I might end tonight. Just testing that I can at least get back into my main scene if I hit start. Watch main menu. I'm in here now. Scenes to load. Yeah, okay. Door automatic. Main menu here. I'm going to be clicking new game. Main menu, start new game. I call this set player data 0, load player data, and start new game. On game scene menu. Then calls here. Sets this stuff. This might be a bit of an extra process for no reason. The main menu. I'm not sure why I'm not just... I guess I have to have something on it. That's what calls the game. Whatever, let's try it. Worst that can happen is it doesn't work. Well, I haven't restarted the... And it hasn't been charging, so... Oh. Alright. Okay. Okay. Copy that, but... Game. Oh. Works. It's copyright. Oh God. Oh God.
Copy. Oh, such a, see, you're not seeing it copy.
Problem. The link is the issue. You weren't seeing it choppy at all. But it loaded, so. Us. Yep. And forgot to read. Switch. There you go. Okay. Also, yeah, don't like that. Okay. That's good. What I think happened on the exterior is convex needed to be set. I want to remove that and try it one more time. There we go. Warp. Actually, the other scene. Or yeah, completely different. That's still hovering. Yeah. The other station. Place. Bonk that. Anderson. Starting to look real good. You for docking. Kind of like it. Set it down.
Working. Oh, first thrusters still work. First. Set on them. It's like I feel. I feel. Station. Now let's back to. Log. Ah, hit warp. Okay. There's back there. Rock. Get again properly. The other station. Cool. That. Okay. Here. Alright. I like it. Really starting to come together. I'm able to fly the ship to a warp point, change the map entirely, fly around, back to the warp point, change the map back. I could change that to any number of different scenes and maps. I just need to have like an effect, have you fly in. Well, again, I don't think the warp gates are the way. I think I do just need to set up warp as a thing you do. And there just needs to be a cost and a balance to it. But yeah, damn. Not expect to have that much working. It's really starting to come together. And then I got box mechanics I gotta figure out. At least I learned how to transport them on board and stuff. Now I gotta figure out how to actually do the management system. Yep. A little bit longer while I get some of my stuff wrapped up. Starting to get rid of more and more. I don't think I use any of this anymore. It used to be all my ship stuff. Like, yeah, I just don't use... Oh, wait, but I use... Yeah, but I haven't been using the mines. I use some of this in some ways, but honestly, again, I start getting stuff out of here. Not use. Pretty sure that one rid of. So big. It's like, okay, whoa. It's like a hot minute. Not a lot in it. Stuff I just wasn't using. And I've been modeling myself lately. Granted, I do material stuff. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Just cleaning up some of my project for the night. I'm doing pretty good. I was actually cleaning up some of my stuff. I wasn't going to be on too much longer, but kind of doing keeping the chat open while I was cleaning up the project to get put away for the night. Here. This is a space game I'm working on. Let's see here. Let's pull up a scene. Isn't nothing. Yeah, I have my space game. Yay. I'm using it to learn how to model in Blender for myself and work in VR and stuff. So, yeah, been working on a Quest 2 for a while now. I need a new headset. Quest 2s are kind of old now. See, your name is VR, so I'm sure you're notice the VR stuff, and that's probably why you're here. Oh, thanks for the follow. Just kind of cleaning up the project and getting rid of old models I used to use for filler stuff until I made my own thing. But yeah, I've been learning how to model my own stuff and been making my own ship here. So I did the first half of my stream tonight. I was doing some Blender, and then the last half we got into some programming. Trying to get my scene manager to be a little more compliant with what I need. So sometimes it's Blender stuff, sometimes it's programming. It's a mixture on this. Yep. Back to where I was looking through this one. Yeah, I don't think I need. Let's get rid of him. Yeah, and there's a lot to learn. I went with Unity specifically because there's so much documentation, and it's the longest running environment, longest running engine to have all of this like environment stuff already built for it. So it's the easiest to get up and running with. Not necessarily the best, because I do like what Unreal, and I think Godot finally has gotten VR support as well, which I want to try out. But I stuck with Unity because it actually has like really good connection support, like support for everything. Oh, Unreal and Unity, yeah. It honestly, if you have the time to invest in going into Unreal, then like, yeah, go for it. I don't have a lot of time to invest in this stuff, so I had to do the thing that was the easier option, the one that I knew for sure was gonna have tutorials and stuff. So yeah. But Unreal still has a good amount of support. They're getting better every day. I've been seeing more and more people putting out Unreal Engine tutorials. A lot of the big YouTube channels have been doing more and more of that stuff. So yeah. Godot though is very interesting. They have started to have parity for feature support when it comes to VR environments. So that's really awesome because yeah, Godot is Godot, right? Yeah, I hate people using the blueprint system. I get why people use it. But I personally C#, as you saw. I'm gonna be, if I can use C, I'm gonna use C. Yeah, I think Godot does have standalone support. So they do have that's what I've been seeing is their feature support has finally hit the point where you can fully run it on standalone Android systems and do it on like PC VR and all that. It's fair enough. Yeah. I don't think I've been in software for quite that long. Been doing it for God, what, 6 years now? 6 or 7. So professionally anyways. Before that it was all hobby. But yeah, I can't stand taking all that scripting away from me. I get why people don't want to have to deal with it, but game dev I have just been doing on the side. I do web development in my regular stuff, so I'm used to doing web related things. But game dev has been a side hobby of mine for a long time, and I decided to start doing it more vigorously, I guess. Do it, yeah, put myself in front of a camera and do it more consistently instead of just like, I'll try it out. So hence the also learning Blender and stuff too. Trying to learn how to use Blender here to yeah, see, I was working on the windows tonight. Got those windows in. Oh yeah, I just realized my outside mesh is looking a little weird on that. I didn't match it. See, I'm catching my mistakes. We need edge match. Oops, wrong one. And edge match. There we go. I bet you I forgot it on the other side too. Or did I not? No, see, I got them both on that side. Whatever reason. Yeah, with the web dev stuff, I have worked all over the place. It's just been all kinds of different things. So everything from marketing software to I worked at a electrification company that electrified vehicles, and I did all their internal UI, the UI stuff for all their internal services and all their internal like forms for filling things out on the floor and stuff like that. All of our part interaction stuff. So yeah, I've done a lot of front end, but not just front end. I've done a lot of all of it. So I learned with the necessity of learning Blender, I had to learn it because I didn't want to have to like buy assets or have to like, I don't know, force other assets into what I wanted. I wanted to learn how to make my own assets as best I could. So that has been a very tough road to go down, but I've also had a lot of really good fun with it. I learned a lot about Blender. Just happened to be the one, you know, the cheap one, free one, basically. So I went with Blender because it was just the easy, cheap one. I'm sure there's plenty of other ones that are probably easier or better to learn. But yeah, and I think my time in web development and front end really helped me learn what I needed to know for this stuff. It's all applicable in some way, shape, or form. Learning how to work with C# was very different. It's a lot more strict than some of the web languages that a lot of people like to work with. Cough, cough, JavaScript. Cough, cough. So you have to be a lot more careful with your types. But yeah, it has made me a better programmer, that's for sure. JavaScript does what it wants. Yeah, it just goes. It goes until it blows up. Yeah, TypeScript is nice when it's used, but you can't always guarantee that your working environment is full of devs who care about that stuff, is the way I should put that. Not every place cares how type driven things are. Every place is different. I've worked at quite a few, and they varying levels of developer caring for that kind of stuff. It matters when it's breaking. Yeah, that's usually the experience I've had with it too. See, and this is why I've liked using Blender, because the blend files can be used in Unity directly. I've been using them here, and when I make a change, it just shows up. Yay! Glass on the inside. Okay, all looking good. Oh, yeah, and I gotta figure out that warp thing. Get my ship to turn around. So you've gone through. Let's see here. Let's pull up actual scene. Yeah, see, those are some like pre-made assets that I've been needing to switch out for a while now. Some free assets I found somewhere to just get something in there. I mean, a lot of people suggest not starting with VR, but like, yeah, I started with VR as my first game experience. A few years back when I got my first VR headset, I instantly was like, can I make things for this? So I figured out how to load some stuff on there, and I played around with making like a Spider-Man style, like swinging game, which was very vomit inducing at first until I figured out some things, but it was an interesting practice for like what VR is compared to other game development. I think that's why people can get lost in this type. Like, that's why I guess the suggestion is to not start with it, because it has a very odd set of requirements to it. You can't move the player in the same ways that you can in like traditional games, because you'll make them sick or you'll like cause discomfort in some sort of way. So you have to be careful about letting them have all the agency, but still having tricks for that, like putting the vignette in front of their eyes so you can move them a little bit and then pulling the vignette back so they don't notice the sudden movements. Yeah, it's weird. It's an odd medium to work for, and the lack of people being as into it as regular gaming means, again, there's less to look into for it. When it comes to like tutorials, you can find you can translate a lot of regular game tutorials, I've noticed, into like, okay, so this also applies for VR, I'm just gonna have to worry about the VR part of it. Yeah, and that's most games. Most games are just like, oh, let's slap VR into this. Like when I see a game that's like, we're doing all these features and we're going to add VR as a feature. And you're like, yeah, but that's like a tacked on thing. The game isn't developed around it, and you're going to be able to tell. Like, that's why I wanted to make a space game that like was built for VR, because I see a lot of space games out there that are like, oh, we're a space game and we have VR support, but it's like, not quite what I'm talking about. Like, I want it to feel like the game mechanics, the buttons, the levers feel like they're built for a VR headset, a VR controller, the motion, like you want to feel the tactile movement of grabbing a lever and pulling it, which is why you look at my ship's like thrusters, I have like actual like push lever, like you push these forward and back to get the thrusters to certain percentages. Like you want to have that feeling of push. The stick directs you by just like pointing it in directions. I think I am going to change the roll. No, is that yaw? The yaw. I'm going to change yaw into a stick, but like everything being like built to feel like you're trying to interact with it. Yeah, No Man's Sky, I think, does Star Citizen have VR support? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of games will like add it. I think that new Starship Simulator said they're one of their push goals was to have VR support. Cool. That's awesome. I'm glad some games are going to have that support. But again, the game isn't built for VR first, where it feels like mechanics are built around the idea you're going to be interacting with. My ship? Yeah, that ship flies around. Here, I mean, I can even show you. Let's do a demo of what I have at the moment. In a little bit. Let's unload. We just need to go back to main scene here. And we're going to maximize this guy. You can see everything. All right, let's just give him a shot. Fortunately, I can't see chat while I'm in. I haven't quite got that part working yet for my stream. So while I'm in the headset, fortunately, not have chat support. I have to like the peek under thing. Yeah, lift it up. Yeah, so that was the biggest challenge I had to figure out first, was having a ship that is gravity-wise always this way, always proper to gravity, right? But then you have a ship, the ship itself outside of the ship is flying around and rotating in gravity, doing all this crazy stuff, and isn't bound by normal gravity. So, yeah, I've used both. I've gone from Steam to MetaLink. I've gone back and forth. Right now, I'm using the Meta toolkits stuff, the MetaLink and their toolkits. But yeah, I really need to switch out back over to some Steam stuff. Has a better track record for working. Show you the game, and then from there, I'll show you how parts of it. It is actually really interesting how I figured that out. It took a while to figure out how to do these. If it wants to start. A little chunky. Don't want to cooperate with me. I really need to get my Steam link. How do I? Oh, here. While I'm loading up the other thing, I'll show you what I mean. So, you look here. We have. It's not even the PC. It is honestly the link. It's weird when you're doing Meta's like connection stuff is really bad sometimes. Like when it really likes to chunk out, it really chunks out. Anyways, you have an exterior and an interior. The interior always stays here. It never moves. And the exterior has a rigid body on it that it's like it's moving around, right? It's doing things. It's flying around and doing its stuff, right? And the camera, there's a camera inside of it, this thing, that is matched to the camera for my interior. That way the skybox lines up. Yeah, I don't know how long it's like they do updates to it occasionally. There is, but it's not the best. Anyways, let's see. Oh yeah, God. It locked up hard on me. It's like wants to work just fine most of the time, and then here it's like, oh, we actually needed to demo this? No, you're not gonna work. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh. You're grabbing, killing all meta stuff. And we're just gonna switch over to Steam Link real quick. Steam. Okay. For how to get into. Is that like a dummy? On my forehead the whole time. I go to my Steam VR. Launch it real quick. I gotta set it as the OpenXR runtime agent. Otherwise, it tries to launch in Meta. So, oops. The player isn't a rigged body necessarily. It is just kind of tracking directly to your hands and head. I don't need full physics for the body in this. Some people do use full body physics, right, for like simulating sword swinging and arm stuff. But like mine's all about the ship itself. So you moving around and grabbing things doesn't need to have like perfect body IK, right? No, you don't move all over the place because it just keeps, so the ship and the player camera, that second camera, are in the same thing that's moving around. So it's keeping it in the same space. And then the origin of that is tracked the same to me. So it keeps the person inside of that 0 origin in the same place relative to the center of the ship. Right? So exterior ship with me and the one player and the camera inside of it has an origin. It stays within that origin. And then the interior one with its origin, same place, keeps me matched. So that way our vision is matched. And then you have an exterior ship flying around and an interior one with proper physics. So, yeah. So when you move in the ship, it's tracking. That's how it's keeping you with the one inside the exterior ship. So, like here's a good way to show you. You have Mr. Play Area here is matched to me, who I'm right here. See how they're both in the exact same spot? So if Mr. Exterior Ship here was like all the way over here, see, he's still staying with him over there, and I'm here. But then if like this guy moved inside the ship back a little bit, right? Like that, then this thing would move back on the Z a little bit inside of this guy. Their origins are the same. Like the middle point of the inner and exterior meshes are in the same spot, so I can track them to each other. They're just two separate things. So this is the everything inside the interior. That's my origin for it, and then here's the exterior's origin. So yeah, it takes a while. It took so long for me to figure this out, and there was a YouTube channel that a guy was doing a similar thing. He wasn't doing VR, but he was doing a spaceship game where he wanted his ships to be able to dock inside of other ships. So he wanted his ship to be able to fly into the bay of another ship and like set down inside of it. So he needed the physics to be all crazy when he's outside the ships. When he gets in the docking, he needed to like be able to have the ship land and get out and all the physics be correct and be mapped in the same place. So he had a kind of a similar situation. You use camera stacking to create the illusion that you're in one spot, but really you're in two places. And then the cameras just don't render the opposite. So the camera for the outside renders nothing for ship interior. I have a layer here, ship interior, and this outside camera renders none of it. So it's actually told to not render, I forget where, yeah, rendering right here. It's told not to render ship interior, UI, player, all the stuff that would be inside the ship. I actually want you to see warp. No, actually I don't. Now that I think about it, that was the one I used on the lower one. So anyways, you essentially have a list of things it doesn't see. So it's just to keep the skybox correct. Because if this guy was like over here and like rotated, and I'm looking at something over here, I need it to be visually correct. Like if I'm standing on the right side of the ship, I need the angle that I'm looking at from the right side of the ship. I need to be able to see the rock as if I'm looking slightly to a right axis of where the ship is pointing of it. If my exterior camera didn't see that, then it wouldn't see from the right angle, and then the skybox around it wouldn't look correct either. They would be off. When I was playing with this, occasionally you get it off. You you mess it up, and it is again nauseating when you're like moving and the skybox isn't moving, but your ship is moving, and like certain things are fixed but they shouldn't be, and your brain knows it. Oh, it makes you want to hurl every time. Like, VR development is like asking to give yourself motion sickness. It's just like, hey, how can I effectively give myself the worst possible motion sickness? Oh, develop a VR game. Yeah, it's rough. We don't want to save anything.
anyways, that's kind of how it breaks down. We want to go into settings, OpenXR, set Steam as OpenXR runtime. So yeah, stacked cameras are used also for like I seen a game recently that did a VR game that did you're a mech. You're like punching with the mech and you're inside of like a mech suit. It has to be stacked cameras. The inside cockpit is a stationary thing with one camera, and then there's a second camera in the arena acting as the outside of the mech, and they've stacked them together to look like you're looking through a screen to the outside of the mech. It's like the stacking technique. Yeah, no, I have wiped all motion sickness from my body at this point. VR does not harm me anymore. Underdogs, I think, yeah, might be right. But they're using a camera stacking technique underneath. They're using, again, your cockpit inside the mech is one camera, and then they have a second camera outside that's in a different area in the arena, and they've stacked the cameras together to have this effect of looking through a thing of glass to an outer area and still have this like UI cockpit thing that's always following you everywhere. Yeah, camera stacking was like a mind-blowing moment when I figured it out. Oh wait, awaiting wireless connection. Okay. So I got that. I'm gonna close that. Now I should be able to start up Steam. Hey, there we go. Although, to be honest, yeah. Normally I do streaming on a second computer while I'm doing this, and today I'm doing it all on the same computer, and it might not be happy with it. So might have to get that stream properly. And alone. Gotta unload the chip real quick. Oh no? Okay, I'm not gonna try that from VR. I'm gonna horribly mess that up. Yeah, stacked cameras is weird. Yes, OBS is probably right now. We'll see if Steam handles things a little better. Hey! Better. Probably still being chuggy though. Tell how well your side of it is. Yeah. Walk around the ship. Fly the ship. I don't know why my asteroids didn't load in properly. Being a little. Game's being a little. Okay. Flip around. Full screens. Power system that quite hooked up and working at the moment. Here our radar. And this is where we're gonna be some cargo and sport stuff. And it's very chuggy right now. I'm gonna have to rework on my streaming setup for next time. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Looks like the screen side is looking better. Yeah, better than Oculus Link. That doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah. So, anyways, still in works anyways. So I can't really be too angry it stutters or hitches at the moment. It works pretty good most of the time, but link technology, when I can hardwire in, honestly, I do get really good consistency then, but always being wired to the computer is a little annoying, so I have tried to use as much wireless connection for development as possible. What I really want like a Quest 3 or something for is the fact that I could maybe put it up here and leave it here and not have to constantly take it off, because that thing is a little too heavy to constantly just put it up here and leave it. It starts to like bring you, it feels like your head starting to slowly get pulled into the ground. So, but yeah, camera stacking. I have that too. I have virtual desktop as well. I've tried them all. I have all the solutions. Luckily, you can use all of them for development as long as you're connected to the PC through some form of wireless connection. Unity and other places will usually pick up the headset, so. Yeah, I've heard Metalink is pretty bad. It's why most people don't want to use it. It's not that I didn't have a great experience with it. I don't remember why I stopped using that one specifically. I think there was a weird bug I was running into with when I was loading into games with Unity, because of the fact that it's not like a proper executable. It's being like fed to it from the compiler. There's something weird. There was something weird happening at the time. I guarantee you they've probably fixed it by now. I just haven't gone back to it. It's because I'm lazy. It took me wanting to show this to somebody on the channel to actually have me switch over to Steam again. So we'll get there. And I'm working on AMD lately, so it's been having some weird driver workouts. My new gaming machine is also AMD now, which my streaming PC has the NVIDIA card in it. So again, work needs to be done. There, slap you up on the screen there. Ah. Yeah. I've been working on this thing all year, just learning how to do like the camera stacking and how to, again, not make you sick in VR. It's been a whole year on progress, so more power to you on your process. It's a journey, that's for sure. Probably going to pop off here soon, so got some motivation. Yeah, go for it. Go for it while you can. If you have a specific idea, do you already have a game idea you're going for, or you're just going to start making random stuff? I had specific motivation for this Starship. I was watching a lot of Star Trek, so I just was like, you know what? I really liked Bridge Crew, but I hated you couldn't move around in Bridge Crew. You were stuck to your seats, and it wasn't as engaging as I would like sometimes. So, you know what? I'm gonna make my own take on a Bridge Crew. If I'll ever get multiplayer or anything into this, but it's a long-term goal, that's for sure. Really don't know why my asteroid field didn't load in that. Loaded like some of it. Oh, I know why.
A bunch of my rocks aren't there anymore. Okay. Yep. Gotta get that prefab back in there. Cleared out one too many prefabs. Yeah, that's a good way to get started. Yeah. If you're just building that, then you can learn different things that you like essentially about different movement types. It's kind of what I did with. I went specifically for Spider-Man style. I guess that would have been my first one, right? Well, see, yeah, and like movement is a big thing. That's what got me into making this in the first place. I was playing, what was it, the Attack on Titan VR game, and like it's fun. It's fun to swing around in it. It's fan made, so I can't be angry at it. But like one thing I noticed is when you were falling and you attached yourself, or you shot a thing out and attached, you lost all momentum. You didn't like start doing a pendulum swing. There was no real physics there. I could tell they were doing simulated physics, right? Like they were simulating movements based on things and just letting that take over instead of letting like a physics system simulate things. The Spider-Man one, yes, there is actually a really good one for Valum tutorials. Valum, I think is his name. It starts with a V. He has some really good Spider-Man movement style tutorials. No, I think it's because the starter tutorial scene, like the starter game you can make in Unity for VR games, they teach you and have you use their not physics but like simulated physics thing. Yeah, no, I'll look it for you. It's like this. It's more. It doesn't use actual rigid bodies in physics. It uses something else, like a. It's all simulated in their way, right? And it's just the default that comes with. It's the one that comes with it. So people just use that system and they don't want to like figure out how to make the physics system work for them. So, but this one, he specifically uses physics in it, and that's why I liked this tutorial, because like it really bugged me how you weren't like attached, you weren't swinging like a pendulum with things, and if you let go, you weren't keeping the momentum, and then like when you would come back down, if you caught that momentum of falling, would go back into fake physics. Yeah, it was just, I could tell, right, I could feel it in the way the game played, and it just bugged me. So that's when I started this, when I was like, oh, I want to see how you do that. Here we go. Yeah. Spider-Man. Yeah, it is Valum tutorials. Spider-Man. So that one right there. Really, and his tutorials in general are really good. That whole channel is amazing. He goes over, I mean, I guess it is Unity. I just thought about that. It isn't Unreal. But it at least uses some form of like actual physics to say like, hey, create a joint right between these two things, and it's a kind of a stretchy joint, so it has a little bit of elasticity to it, and then swing off of that joint, and then when they let go of said string, they move based on that let go point. The physics taken, right? The arcs and everything are proper. And when I implemented this, it felt so good. But if you were moving too fast, you needed some velocity limiters, honestly, because you could get yourself moving way too quickly. So it probably is, yeah. You could probably learn a lot from it in general, just how he sets it up. But yeah, you do need, when you're doing that kind of movement, you do need some kind of like velocity limiters. If you don't cap it, I've done it where you're swinging and you just launch yourself out of whatever like starting stage, even if you've made walls for it, just like straight into the air. I never published that one. I was just playing around with that one. I never did anything with that game. It wasn't really even a game. It was just me playing around with like movement physics. I really never did anything more with it than that. I probably should have put it up on some forum somewhere. I wasn't really doing any of this more public stuff at the time. If I had made that now, I would have definitely posted that somewhere for people to see, but alas, this was early in my journey. I could still did save some of them. Let's see here. I was gonna call it Colossal Insects. I wanted it to be about like you were really tiny and using like silkworm strings to swing around, and you were going to be fighting big insects. I do still have it somewhere. Nice. I didn't realize I actually saved this. God knows what state it's in. I do think it is actually public on my GitHub. It probably is on there. It's called, yeah, it is. It's public on there, Colossal Insects, but God knows what state it's in. If you load it up, if it even if it works at all, would be honestly amazing for me. I probably left it in some state of terrible bugginess. In fact, now I'm curious. Now you've made me wonder what the state of that project was in. Now you have me curious. Let's... God, Gosh. Why are you so bad? Here we go. Okay. All saved. Let's open up this project and just, I don't even know if I have that version of Unity anymore, honestly. I don't know if I want to link it. I'm ashamed. From disk. We'll look at it first, and then I'll decide if I want to link it or not. Technically, you could find it if you looked up me, but still. Man, now we need projects, Colossal Insects. Yeah, see, I don't even have. It was 20.3.1. Dang. Okay. Sure. Android, sure, whatever. Yeah, now I'm curious. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, fair enough. Honestly, haven't even looked at my... I think I did clean up mine a little bit. God, what is this Circle CI test? I still haven't... Yeah, the only two publics I have on there right now, I think, are... Oh, I do have that pet adventure. No, that's private. Yeah, I made a bunch of them privates. The only two public are the Colossal Insect and the Runabout one now. Oh. That's fair, yeah. I think that's when I cleaned that up and put some of them private, technically. But we're gonna see the state of this game, because I can't even remember where I left this one. I know I had some local versions too. It truly was the learning project. Everything about it, like, I would do completely differently now. I would, yeah, everything would be different about the way I made that project. But that's software, right? Like, you learn and you learn more, and then you look back at your code a year later and you're like, wow, I was an idiot. Yeah, exactly. Let's kind of do its installs. Yeah, that's fair. That's actually kind of why I'm curious to look at this. Get the code. God, yeah. So what do I have? Example assets. Monster or control. Must have like pulled some like. Do a prefab. Okay, so I did have like prefabs for player rig items. Oh yeah, I did have a sword. Environment. Is this the one with where I built the big old city? I was trying to go all Attack on Titan and have a big city inside of a forest. Little hallway. Being objects. Which one is this? No, I had not done any scene switching in this. I had no clue you could load, unload, do whatever with. I knew you could load scenes in one after another, but I had not figured out the whole asynchronous load scene thing at this point. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant. Yes, I see what you mean. You want to see what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's that. I'm just installing, so it's not doing much at the moment. But yeah, that is something funny about this game, is I didn't know I could like compartmentalize things into scenes and stuff. So it's just installing Unity. Yeah, I have to install this specific version because 2020.3 was what it was on instead of the 2022.3 that I'm on now. Which honestly, that's even kind of old now. I already have. Trying to do. I already have Visual Studio. Trying to put another version on there. Oh man, I wasn't paying attention and installed Visual Studio 19 on me. Oh man, I don't need 19, thank you. I have a newer one. Yeah, newer Unity are always fun. They go pretty quick now, though. this is just like the Android SDK. Just like getting into the IDE in the first place and loading it up. Yeah, there is a lot of tools that go into these. It's like learning a Blender and a software compiler in the same thing. Yeah, like I said, it's like going from just having the text to having like the Blender style tools where you have a 3D window and like objects, and then you can attach scripts to objects, and then certain things happen because of those scripts, and everything is technically a script, even the objects you're looking at. It's a never-ending rabbit hole of software. You really are once you just have to know where to look, right? But yeah, it does feel like you're out of control at first, just because of how little you know. But once you know where everything is. All right, let's see how unfinished my Colossal Insects project really was. It's okay. Oh, different splash screen and everything. I have found that the console is actually very, very well done. Like, it, even though, yeah, it isn't always part of your script, like, it is easy to figure out through the console what messed up. Hello, greetings and welcome to the stream. But I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be doing. Just pulling up my old original project to see how terrible it was before signing off for the night. Because I was very curious. Yeah, something you can control things through the inspectors, but those things are ultimately also controllable through scripts. It's all just properties on an object. So the only reason the inspector is allowing you to change things is because it's just modifying properties on an object just through a UI element. So everything is UI. Oh man, first time loading up Unity, it's gonna take a while. Genuinely terrified for how terrible this is gonna load up. No code changing. What usually happens is that's like a temporary, so like your code has a kind of a default value that you set, and then if you change anything in the inspector window, then it tends to oh geez, it's okay, I don't need that. Then oh god, main test. Oh yeah, look at this. This isn't even my best version. I had much better versions than this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I want to load it up and just see what happens. Let's take a journey down my. Does it look beautiful? Does Mr. T pose naked over there look beautiful? I might get some kind of warning from Twitch for having that show. Forgot I had just like a random T pose, dude. Oh man, all right. Let's connect back up. Yeah, let's see if this even loads. Yeah, I don't know. No clue. I don't even know what model I'm using for that. Let's see here. Oh. Alright, well here, let's just load it up and let's find out together what I even have going on here. Oh, it doesn't even want to load my headset. Oh, that's great. Wonder. Smack my mic. I wonder. This is an older. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, I was trying to like play with moving objects. But yeah, he's just like a random naked T-pose dude. And I made a bunch of mushrooms over here that you can swing around on. If I can even get it to work though. Let's go look at the project settings and see if we can figure out why. Oh, here we go. Something just fell behind me. That was creepy. Hey. It says it has what it needs. So it's still connected. Let's see. Oh. That actually, yay, it did something. Yep. Oh yeah, and you could retract. Yeah. Woo! Not even a texture on the, oh god, my computer not sending this to me. Oh yeah, this is a very old version of this. I had a much better version of this at one point. Whew. God, right into the wall. God, I can't against the wall. All right, yeah. Right, I know. It actually fixed it when I clicked fix. Here, let's maximize that real quick. There we go. Yeah, works. Yeah, so you can like shorten it if you want to. My grab button, oh god, like retracts the line. There's no way of telling where you're pointing though. I definitely fixed that in later. Okay, that way. That way. Okay, yeah, there's problems with this version for sure. Come on. Come on. Oh, could you grab onto the wall? Oh, I went through the wall. How did I go through the wall? I don't know how that happened. I might have to reset. Mushrooms. Oh, those don't have any like match point. Oh, yeah, they do. I can't reach him beyond my length. Booms. Yeah, I forgot my early versions of it. Oh yeah, the jet boost. Forgot about that. Nope. Yeah, it's the direction you're. Yeah, it's like. God, it's like if you were gonna hit something, you boom, get out of the way. Like a small little air boost, right? Those do not work well. Woo! Yeah. So, if you want to see, that is one of my early versions of a game. That's when I was really learning how to do things. I have much better versions of that. I know I do. Yeah. Fact. See here. I think have it on. Hmm. I Unity projects. See, I have this one. Bet you it's an even different. Yep, it's an even more different version. Yeah, see, I worked on a lot of different versions. Yeah, and it's like I have a lot of versions of this. It's to be our concept. I think this was like the slightly newer. Install the whole thing. Just like upgrade that other one. It's so close. It's just a minor version up. I'm just gonna open it with that one. Since it's such a minor version change, it probably won't break it. Probably. Did it already crash? I think it already crashed. Nice. I mean, oh, no, okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't wanna. it doesn't wanna. It is a big assumption, but it's an old project, so I don't really care if it like blows up. Whatever. Go on a journey tonight through all my terrible versions of this. Dang it, you made me do this again. Oh, see, why are you doing that? Cancel that, actually. Don't want community. Stop trying to give me that. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, feel free to check in. I'm just gonna be trying to figure out how to make games. Have a good night. Oh, yeah, it's a morning? Okay. Where are you? Based out of like across the seas, I'm guessing? Yeah. Ah, that makes sense. Got a buddy in Germany, so I'm used to dealing with that time difference. Have a good rest of your day. I'm also going to be jumping off here in a minute, probably to go to bed. But now I'm all curious on how terrible this version is. So now we're going to pop this open. Take a look. I was surprised the other one even opened. That's a really old version. That is truly like second project I ever made for VR ever. Good to see where you came from though, right? Steam restarted itself? Oh, because I dropped out of the connection. See how it reconnects. Sometimes it likes to, sometimes it doesn't. So close. Yeah, and I started calling it MV Concept because I was going to make it into more of a Metroidvania style game, where swinging around was the main mechanic. Movement. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't finish that concept. Just got to be a little too hard to fully flesh out. I wanted to do something a little more a little different from what everyone else was doing. So many people were doing swinging mechanic stuff, so I went with space. But then everybody started doing space games, so didn't quite. Apparently, my brain just sits where the popular choice sits most of the time. Because yeah, I started making space game, and then everybody started making space games. I think we all got slightly annoyed with Starfield or something. We're all just like, hey, Starfield, I would like to make something too. You know, that's what got me. Starfield's a good game, but it was definitely one of the things that made me go like, you know what? I kind of want to make a Starship game. Can't believe it made me get a whole new version just for that. Probably some major thing that's in that, so. Oh. I remember why. Try to load them off of a server, it does not like it. That's why. I remember now.
We're just gonna move it real quick. Take. Oh, I'm just gonna end up uninstalling. Oh, wow. Yawn talk. I'm gonna end up uninstalling these later, but I am curious. Holy moly. Yeah, I don't know how much I care anymore. I care about this later. Oh, man, yeah, I'm getting real tired. It's gonna finish first. My file transfer. Still. Projects to projects. Oh. Oops. Uh, beautiful. Ugh. This one finish? Okay, looks like it did. Because it needs to finish transferring. Want to transfer. So close. Oh. Oh, so close. We're almost there. One. 95. So close. All right, let's see what version of this project this was. Hoping this is the one with doors. Arm cannon. I wanted it to be more. Swing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right, let's just try it real quick. Curious. Reconnect headsets. Time to be almost done. Oh yeah, I had the HUD on my face too. Oh. How did I? How to swing me? I do though. I see him on my hits. I have no clue what's happening. Oh. That one was also in a weird state. Yeah, I had handguns. Mega Man style.
It's all kinds of weird things that I played around with for a while. But anyways, I think that's a good place to end it for the night. Anybody else is still watching? Thank you for joining in on the stream. I will be trying to stream again next week because I've been every week so far. So catch you next time. Have a good night.